Eskom says the power grid is under severe pressure tonight. The power utility is urging the public to use electricity sparingly. Spokesperson Sikunati Manchancha joins us now via Skype. Sikunati, good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. At 5 p.m, Eskom put out a tweet saying the power system's under severe pressure. How close are we to possible load shedding this evening?
Sally, that tweet we have been sending for the past 60 days or so in order to encourage people to reduce demand and to manage their consumption sparingly. We are not forecasting or foreseeing any possibility of load shedding at present. But we are encouraging people to use electricity sparingly by switching off unnecessary items, as demand will necessarily be very high during these cold winter evenings.
Yes, in fact, I was just thinking this morning we've had no load shedding and it's been really, really cold for the last few days. Has there been extra strain on the system because of the cold front?
Yes, there definitely has been extra strain in the system, and we are doing everything we can to ensure that we will not be forced into load shedding. Sending such messages and indeed encouraging people to switch off or to cook earlier than they normally do will also help us to avoid load shedding. At this point, though, we do not foresee that there will be a load shedding in the next few days, but we have to keep encouraging people to distribute evenly the use of electricity and to switch off, particularly during these cold evenings.
And are South Africans listening? It seems like they are. If we've been able to avoid load shedding, it seems those messages, are they working?
They definitely are working, Sally. Of course, it will never be enough. We will continue to urge people to do this, to use electricity sparingly, to do everything they can, including cooking earlier than they normally do, so that you don't have both your heater and your gas, your electric stove going on at the same time, as well as switching off those water heaters, the geysers during the evenings. That will help us a lot, and we can ensure if the people of South Africa respond as they have been doing currently, we can ensure that there will be no load shedding.
All right, so no load shedding. Have you been battling with any power interruptions? I know this is classically a time for lots of maintenance, but also things are breaking. We know, we've been warned that, of course, we have an ailing power system that needs to be fixed. How are things going on that front?
Certainly, we have been battling, particularly in the residential areas of Gauteng, the high-density residential areas, where you have a lot of illegal connections and overloading. I'm talking here in particular about areas such as squatter camps, or where you find a lot of back rooms. Those back rooms are a household on their own. So when the infrastructure gets overloaded there, we get a lot of transformers exploding and mini substations exploding due to the overload. So we have taken steps. I must tell you that it's not the easiest thing to do, because there will be people that are inconvenienced that should not. We have taken steps where we see such kind of demand coming through to switch off power during these peak hours of the evening and in the morning. So there are people who will correctly say to you, but what is he talking about? There is load shedding right now. We do that to protect the infrastructure, because day in and day out we keep having to replace transformers that get destroyed by overloading and illegal connections. So those are the kinds of problems that we are having, but that they are not due to Eskom's inability to generate. They are just due to the illegal connections in those areas.
Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening. That is Sikunati Manchancha from Eskom telling us it is a usual power supply call, and South Africans are listening, and that's why they've been able to avoid load shedding.